Shout out to our affiliates, VeVe Digital Collectibles. Join the future of collecting with VeVe, where the world collects. Whether you're a die-hard fan, a passionate collector, or new to the world of collecting, VeVe is your gateway to premium, officially licensed digital collectibles, comics, and artworks from some of the biggest brands on the planet, such as Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, DC, and many more. Check out the affiliate link in the description box below, or use the QR code that you see on the screen for $10 off your first purchase.
Hey, we are live. Let's go. My name is Emojii. I am here with
Magic.
And we are bringing you another journey
From Toontown
to Tokyo.
Yay!
And this time, we're doing another Disney adventure, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to let them know what we're doing today?
One of my absolute favorite Disney movies.
And mine too.
Emperor's Move. And I dressed for the occasion.
Let's go. Let's go. And then once again, like, because this was mine, right? This was, like, as I told you before, right? I love the Emperor. I love the main character. Shout out Cusco. And see, I said it right. You thought I was going to say couscous.
I thought you were going to say it wrong.
You thought I was going to say but yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, but I really enjoyed this. Like, it's up there. It's up there.
I feel like it's like a cult classic. Like, it was a bit of a slow burn. It wasn't super popular when it was released, but it's just kind of gotten this fandom over the years, and it has become sort of like a Disney staple, I feel like.
True. Well, it was a later film, right? Like, it was one of those films that came, I think, towards the tail end of Disney having the hand-drawn animation. I know Princess and the Frog was the last one, but I feel like this was it second to last or somewhere around there?
I'm not sure on the timing.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I feel it was later. But the floor is yours, right? This is Disney time. So what stands out to you about this movie? And then, if you want to dive into telling our audience what the movie's about.
Sure. So I also kind of found this movie later after its release. I don't know how, but I watched it in college with some of my girlfriends, and we just fell in love with it, and we would quote it all the time. And I think one of the reasons it does have a bit of fandom the way it does is you have great voice actors, you have tons of comedy, and it's not very complicated of a story, but I don't know, it's just like wildly entertaining. So yeah, I used to watch that on repeat all throughout college, and then I was so excited to have my kids watch it, and they like it, but they're like, it's okay, Mom, it's okay. So I don't know, it's just one of those things. I think like a certain age group sort of glommed onto it. But yeah, so the story is about an emperor, and he's a very selfish individual and wants what he wants when he wants it. And it kind of reminds me actually of Aladdin, like the Jafar and Sultan sort of dynamic, except Sultan wasn't the same mentality, but that tug of war. So he has Yzma, who's like his counsel, and she's power hungry and wants to overthrow him. And she has her henchman Kronk, who's the absolute goat of the film, and they devise a plan to take Cusco out. And in the meantime, Pacha is a townsperson who comes to the emperor, and he thinks that he's gonna, help him in somehow with the kingdom or whatever. He's like honored, and no, Cusco just wants to take us home so that he can like build himself a resort. And so one of the best scenes of the movie is the dinner scene, which is where they have the plan to follow through with getting rid of Cusco. And I did bring a prop, and I love this prop. The poison.
Is that the poison?
The poison for Cusco. And
Cusco's poison?
Lights up.
Oh, it lights. That's cool. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, I got this at Disney. They put it. They had themed drinks, and you can put it in the drink, and it lights up your drink. So this is what they used for Cusco. They thought it was poison to kill him, and it ended up being the label was folded. You can actually see it there in the
llama poison.
It ends up being turning him into a llama.
Oh no!
And then basically he gets reunited with Pacha, and they have this relationship where Cusco is demanding this, that, and the other. Get me back to the palace, and he's like, well, then don't take my home. And so they have this throughout the movie sort of rift where he's like trying to help him, but at the same time, like, he doesn't want his home and village taken away from him. And then there's just sort of this cat and mouse game the entire film, because Yzma finds out that Kronk didn't actually dispose of the llama and that he's alive. And so they're chasing them around. And finally, they develop, Pacha and Cusco develop a friendship and learn to work together. And it's kind of one of those, like, happily ever after. The bad guys get what they had coming to them, and all gets set right in the world. And it's really cute at the end. He didn't take over his home. He actually, like, built it on the mountain right next to him or something. And it's like they just became really good friends. So that's, like, in a nutshell, the gist of the film, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that the film was really like about. I mean, obviously you had your villains in it, right? But it was more so about the character development of the main character, right? And that transition and going from someone who was kind of a complete jerk, right, at the beginning, and him developing a heart, right? And I think with this film, it did, and you said it too, like, the comedy in this film was something that made it so fun, right? Because Cusco 100% was a jerk, right? But the way he played it was hilarious. Like, you hated him, but you couldn't help yourself from laughing at the same time.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like that's a different way to kind of represent a villain, is that it's, in a way, he's kind of likable because he's so ridiculous. Yeah. You like, you're not scared of him. He's not intimidating by any means. But he's still funny. Like, he's so outlandishly selfish. And some of the things, it was like, do you even understand what's coming out of your mouth, that you like have to laugh at it?
Definitely. And then even with him being turned into a llama, right? Like, his
Where do these ideas come from?
his whole narration, his whole, like, as far as just with, but it's funny because he's the narrator of the movie, and you can see him, obviously he's narrating at a later point in life. You see him even getting frustrated with himself towards a certain time. But there were certain parts, like, I remember the movie had spent a lengthy amount of time on Pacha, right? Like, because you're introducing his family and everything like that. So obviously, the movie's going to do that. And him as the narrator, he freezes the whole movie, stops it. He's like, look, just to let you guys know, this movie is about me. And he circles himself. He's like, yeah, it's about me, not him. Squiggles him out. It's about me. Okay, let's continue the movie. Like stuff like that was just hilarious. And I really, when I watched it, I feel like I was around high school age when I saw it, around there. Or it could have been middle school or high school, I don't know. But I just couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, in the theaters, I couldn't stop laughing. And I feel like it was probably one of the most funniest Disney movies I've seen, right?
Also, like, super meme worthy. Like, there's I use the memes from that film practically on a daily basis. I mean, you've got a wet llama being drenched in rain crying. You've got Yzma. That's probably my second favorite part, is when Yzma turns into a cat and then she's like, is that my voice? And she's, they're fighting over a vial, and she gets it and she's like, I win. And I use that one a lot.
It's like an evil kitty.
Yeah. And then, Kronk with the squirrel and Kronk doing the dinner, like my spinach puffs, like all these different scenes in the film have just sort of like left such a mark. And you know, now you can have the gifts of them, and they're you can put them to so much use in like any scenario. So yeah, Kronk though, I mean, we could do the whole episode just on Kronk. Like,
Kronk was hilarious. Kronk was hilarious.
Patrick, I forget his last name. I actually saw him speak at a panel
at D23, right?
Yeah. So D23, which was in August, they actually had a whole panel celebrating, I believe, 30 years of this film.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so he was on stage and he got interviewed and, you know, talked a lot about. I mean, he would talk about going over to like Eartha Kitt's house. And just what a, you know, character she was like in real life. And yeah, he has such an amazing voice. I love his voice. And he did such a good job of getting, and he talked about like wanting to have the right tone, because he has even deeper voice than what he uses in the film. But he wanted to like kind of dumb it down a little bit to fit the character, and he just nailed it. And fun fact, if you don't know, that voice actor and actor also is your sort of like pilot / narrator for Soaring, the ride Soaring, which they have one in Disney World and Disney California Adventure Park over here. So,
okay. Yeah. Soaring, not to be confused with Soar. Yeah. Soar. Got it. Yeah, okay, cool. So, highlights. Another thing that I thought was fun. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's talk funny moments. You want to do that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so you had mentioned a lot of stuff with Kronk too. Another thing that I thought was like super funny, and it's how the movie starts out, because you get the picture of, you know, Kuzco in general, and he's doing this dance, right? Like he's dancing, like the music is playing and stuff like that. And this old man kind of like walks in his path, and he like, I guess, is lost or what have you and everything like that, but he throws off his dance routine, right? And immediately Kuzco is just like, all right, get rid of this guy. And they throw him off the bridge. Like they literally just toss him and throw him off the bridge.
Frail. Poor thing.
And then, you know, he doesn't die because he gets caught, I guess, in something. I don't know if it's a tree. I don't remember if it's a tree or whatever.
Like a banner.
A banner. And then that's when Pacha's coming in, and this is his first impression. He sees this old man dangling from a banner, and he's like, "What happened to you?" And he's like, "Oh, I threw off the Emperor's groove. Don't do it. Don't mess up the groove." And
beware of the groove.
Beware of the groove. And it was just like moments like that was just so extra. It made you. Oh
my god! And when he went through like the line of suitors, and they literally all look exactly the same. It kind of reminded me of Coming to America. They all look exactly the same. But he's like, he like went down the line and is mocking every single girl. Like, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. Like, bored. And it's just funny because they literally look like identical to each other. Yeah. But it showed like his level of arrogance, and yeah. Gem that one.
And there was a lot of moments. So I mean, okay, so you said this was one of your favorite movies, so I assume that this is gonna have a high score for you, right? But maybe possible.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay.
I want to talk about one other moment though. My other. Yes. So my top three are the cat, the dinner scene, and the squirrel scene, because it's just scene? Another. I'm sorry. Yeah. What did you just say?
There's multiple squirrel scenes. The squirrel's in like two major scenes.
Well, it's like the main one where like you meet the squirrel and he's talking to Kronk.
Is that the main one though? Because the squirrel meets Kuzco first.
Well, yeah, it's the one that like stands out at least for comedy.
True.
So
true.
when they're chasing, trying to find Kuzco, Kronk and Yzma, another funny thing is like him carrying her on his back, like in this like box thing. They run into the squirrel, and then, and that's actually what my shirt is. They're speaking squirrel with each other.
Squeaker squeak.
And it's hysterical that like Kronk basically makes up his own language with the squirrel, and they have this back and forth and understand everybody, like each other perfectly. And Yzma's like, what is happening right now?
Well, even
that was another one of my favorite moments.
Even a step further, because the squirrel didn't like Yzma, right? Like the squirrel was like, we can't talk with her around. Like she has to leave.
Yeah, they like kept telling her back up more, back up more, back up more. It was hysterical.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of good moments, lots of funny moments in the movie. The cat was another one that threw, because it was so unexpected. And when she turned into the cat, and it was kind of like that maniacal little fluffy kitten. I thought it was
like cute, and then she's like evil.
Yeah, but I remember actually even the theater laughing in that scene. But yeah, you know what is funny? It's funny talking about this with you now, because looking back on Disney movies in general, I think that this might be like the funniest Disney movie to me. Like as far as comedy wise. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you can't, when you say Disney, like you can't mix it with Pixar. Like
no, just animated Disney.
Yeah, it's definitely not. If you're going to include Pixar, definitely not. But let me think. Yeah, for Disney, well, it's up there, but I mean, Robin Williams in Aladdin is
yeah.
It's maybe not as much humor, but when he inserts his humor, it's so good. But I feel like this movie is more humorous throughout, as opposed to having moments like it. I would call this film a comedy. I wouldn't call Aladdin a comedy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't like have a whole catalog in my head right now, but it's. You make a good point. It's pretty up there for Disney films with comedy. Yeah. Maybe that's part of why it does stand out so much.
Yeah, and I think that's why I also often do refer to it as like my favorite, even though it's not in my top 5 Disney movies. I still refer to it as like one of my favorites, because it is in its own thing, especially on the comedy side, where I'd say it's probably better than any other like hand-drawn Disney animation. Well, even the 3D, like, I mean, because Tangled, Frozen, they weren't really comedies, right? Like,
Tangled has a lot of fun. Don't come for Tangled. Don't you do that. Tangled has a lot of
I know you have a soft spot for Tangled. I know you have a soft spot.
Yes, and I was actually, when I said stand out, it made me think of Goofy movie. I mean, I would say that's also a comedy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would agree with you that I think this is one of the.
Did you say stand out purposefully?
Yeah, of course I did. I thought you were going to say, did you just say you agreed with me?
But that too.
Yeah, you see, I did a whole full circle moment.
I like that.
I
like that. But yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So, are you ready to talk overall views? And you watch this with your little ones too, right?
I did. I don't remember exactly what score they gave, though. Okay. I mean, knowing them, I feel like if it was less than a 10, I would have remembered it. So I feel like they did give it a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before you get into yours, do you want to... Well, actually, let me ask you this. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I would like you to go first.
Talk about being put on the spot. Okay. All right, here we go. So, my review of the movie. So pretty much, summing up as far as what we talked about, right? Like, this is definitely up there with one of my favorite movies. I do have like a top 5 that kind of like just resonate with me. Those being like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. Why am I blank? Oh, wait, I just already said Aladdin. Lion King, yes, Lion King and Frozen. But there's certain ones that I really, really like that stand out. Hercules, Mulan. And this is another one that stands out. And I would say you know, as I said, as we, you know, discussed earlier, like, I would say this is the funniest Disney movie. As far as just, you know, yeah, just a Disney movie. This is the funniest animated Disney movie to me. And that says something. I'm big into comedy. I love comedy, right? So, and also too, I will say that I feel like I could see certain parts of me in Cusco. Is that a bad thing?
I mean, we did sit here talking about how he's the villain and he just is really selfish and thinks so highly of himself.
But he turns around. He has a good heart.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mean anything bad by it.
You shaded yourself, honestly.
I mean, some of the humor of it, like, I find it funny. It's some of the things I feel like I would do. I don't know. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, Magic.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so you know, this is up there. I love the movie. When I first saw it, I was laughing. You know, I was dying in the theater. And I mean, as far as a score, I think I'm giving this a 9. I think yeah, that feels about right. It feels about right.
Wow.
I think I'm giving this a 9. Like I said, this is up there, and to say that it's the funniest Disney movie is something, because that's number one. Even if it's not in my top 5 movies, it's number 1 of something in a certain category. And yeah, I'm gonna say that 9 feels about right. 9 feels about right for me.
I'm legitimately surprised.
Why?
That you.
I told you I like this movie. I
know. I guess I thought you'd be more critical. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I'll do mine.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's hard for me because I'm trying to review and keep like maybe emotion or memories or preference out of it a little bit, but like really just review it as a film itself. Mm-hmm. So that's what's hard, because it's like if I were to tie the review to, you know, watching in college, I still to this day I got an extra one of these and I mailed it to my girlfriend, and I mailed her llama socks, because like we literally still to this day talk about this film. Yes. And we just have this like thing that we always go to that movie. So if I were like coming from that standpoint, yeah, I'd probably give it a perfect 10, because it's brought me, you know, a lot of joy and memories. For the film itself, while it's like the llama is super random, I don't feel like the story itself is extremely unique. I thought the performances were phenomenal, amazing. I did feel at times it was a little slow. Granted, there's not a lot going on. Like, it's literally just this game of chase. So it felt at times that like the chase was long, I guess I'll say. Do I have any other like critiques about it? I think that's the main thing. I just like watching it. When I watched it recently for this, I remember getting just a hair like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. And maybe there was not enough comedy in the middle of that is why. So I'm going to give it an 8.
What? Wait, so you're saying I actually gave a higher score to the Disney movie than so I'm more of an Emperor's New Groove fan than
no, that's not true.
Than Magic. I feel like that's yeah. Okay, I am the king of Emperor's New Groove, the fan connoisseur of this movie. Okay. I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna give it like a 9. I thought you were gonna match me.
No. Well, and then when you gave your review, it kind of made me want to push mine up. But I was like, no, I gotta stay true to what I wanted to.
How you felt? I get it.
I actually even, you're gonna think this is crazy, I actually upgraded my score.
You were gonna give it a 7?
I was leaning that way. And that's crazy for me. Like, I talk about this movie all the time, how much I love it. So that is kind of like wild, right?
That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh man, I have Cusco crying in the corner for you right now. That is crazy. Yeah, you know what you mentioned as far as like the story, it is a very basic story, right? But I mean, I kind of, I guess, looked at it from a, you know, comedy lens, because a lot of times with comedies, it's not necessarily the story that is so elaborate, it's the humor. And one thing that I did like, that I found interesting for the time when I watched it, was that breaking the fourth wall, right? Kind of like that Deadpool type of thing.
Yeah, I did really.
Yeah, I thought that was very creative. That wasn't something that we've ever seen in a Disney movie before. Now, obviously, you know, we see it.
Aladdin, he does it a little bit as well, but not very much.
Genie does, right?
Well, he does when he's in the beginning, the guy and
the guy that's singing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. But this was done in like a funny way. Like I don't know, like just certain things like really had me tickled, I guess you could say. But yeah. All right. So I guess those
who's your favorite character in the film?
I mean, I did come dressed in emperor attire. I thought that would kind of be evident. I like Cusco. He's funny. I know who your favorite character is. Yzma.
Tell me.
Oh, I thought it was Yzma.
No.
Kronk. That's what I meant.
Okay.
That's what I meant. I meant Kronk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up this video?
I'm just happy you finally got Cusco's name right. It's been like 2 years of having to correct you, but here we are. So I'm very proud.
Thank you. I try. I'm gonna give myself a yay for that. That took effort. I only had it written down on the side of my computer screen. But yes, Emperor's New Groove, we did that. Those are our review scores. If you have watched Emperor's New Groove, definitely let us know what you think in the comments section. And there is a giveaway, which I believe you've already put down there with what they have to type for giveaway. Can we do it Emperor Disney? Can that be the hashtag for it?
It's already been decided.
Oh, okay. All right, well. Thank you guys for joining. My name is Emojii. I am here with
Magic.
And this has been another journey
from Toontown
to Tokyo. We do this every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific. We will see you next week. Take care, be easy, and peace.